What do you think, Coltrane? You think we'll see a mama moose? A lot of peeing going on. Coltrane's doing a lot of peeing. He's ready to go. Actually, I don't think that the YouTube live vertical function is working as they really thought it would. Because I don't see very many of these live feeds in my shorts anymore. I think it might be a failed experiment. If we get two people, we're going to go start walking around. There was a mama moose that had a baby, two babies on our property last year. Right over there. Actually, on our neighbor's property. Oh, we have two people. I guess we're going to go for this walk now. I was waiting for two people. All right. Right over there is where we're going to walk. It's my neighbor's property, actually. There was a mama moose that had two babies. We're going to go see if there's any mama moose around. So let's go for a walk. Coltrane, you ready? All right. So this is our property up here in Homer, Alaska. We got 4.6 acres. Pretty good amount. It's pretty wild. Coltrane's having fun. We're gonna walk over here and see there was this moose den. Lappy, chilling out. Okay, we lost somebody. That's okay. Still gonna go here. So there was a mama moose having baby right over there. No one's there though. A nice view, huh? Okay, so far it doesn't look like we have any mama moose on our property. Coltrane is definitely checking it out. He's a good listener. I have a shot collar if I need to bring him back. He's a good listener. But I'm not seeing any trace. So we have some people here joining. We're looking for a mama moose and babies now. Moose have their babies all around the same week. It's a survival thing. They're really smart. There's a bush plane I've never ridden one of those. They're really small. I don't know if you guys heard the Iranian president just died in a helicopter crash. It's pretty crazy. Do you guys think that was a conspiracy? Or do you think it was just fog and being dumb? I don't know if you guys love Kobe Bryant, but I do. And thinking about helicopter crashes just reminds me of him. Man, what a beautiful day it is. There's Coltrane. You want to see how, if his collar works, if we just give him a little, the noise? So there's the noise, there's the buzz, and then there's the shock. If I just called him, he would come right now. So this is just a test. Let's see what happens. I'm giving him the noise. He knows to come back. Good boy, Coltrane. That's my boy. That's my boy. Man, if you guys have problems with dogs, like, I encourage you to get the shock collar. It's not because you want to shock your dog, it's because you teach them different levels of, they start to learn what you're trying to say. Sometimes they don't understand exactly what you're asking. If you give them an opportunity to learn, that's what it's all about. And now we're gonna walk down here. This is my neighbor's property. See how they clear cut all of their trees? This is my property. See, this is like forest. There's birds. This is my property. This is my neighbor's property over here. Look how it used to look like this. This is a different style of developing your property that I don't really understand, but a lot of people do it. So now we're going to walk down to the bottom of my property, down to the cottonwoods. You might see some bear scat. Hopefully we don't see a bear, but they're active right now. They woke up. Let's get Coltrane coming. Coltrane, let's go. You got to have a sidekick. Stepdaughter's Kevin. All right, we're going down here. We're going down to the gully. See these big trees right here? These are cottonwood trees. A lot of eagles like to make nests on top of these trees. And I've been waiting. We've had this property for years. And the only unfortunate thing is I've been waiting for an eagle to make a nest on one of these amazing cottonwood trees. But my stepdaughter has a little Pomeranian, which could be food. But if you know anything about eagles, honestly, they're more scavengers than anything. They're more like opportunistic birds. They don't really like hunting, to be honest. They like stealing other birds' foods. They like eating trash. But I would love for there to be an eagle nest right there. Look at that awesome tree. See how gnarly these woods are? This is like, when people talk about like raking the forest for forest fires, look at this. I can show you the pile of stuff I just raked to my yard. This is thousands of acres of stuff like this. You can't just rake this up. You can for like your yard, but what do you do when you have acres and acres of dry stuff? You really think that like it's plausible? Imagine just, I mean, it's just a huge problem, essentially. That if it gets too hot and a fire comes through here, I mean, it's true. It's sketchy. But one man, one family can't do this on their own. And this is everywhere. You see those mountains way over there? It's happening everywhere. Anyways, let's go walk down here to the edge of my property. Going down here. This is some pretty cool remnants of a cottonwood tree. We kind of set it up kind of artistically, a few different ways. And look at this gnarly thing. There's a lot of artists that pull these off of trees and like do carving, some type of growth. It's actually pretty dead. Hopefully a Sam Squanch show up out of nowhere. One of the things, we live in a dry cabin. We actually live in a yurt. So we haul our water. We don't have running water anywhere in our property, but this is like the one place, well type deal. There's different wells you can do. In the south, where I grew up, it's a lot different. But you could actually make this work for water. As crazy as that sounds. We live off grid. We have solar panels. This is how we try to figure stuff out. Like this is the, and actually you can see that pole. That's my property marker. So we're actually off my property now. So that's kind of making it seem like I can't use this water. Would you want to drink this water if you like go down deep enough? You could filter it out a little bit. So, yeah, this is the edge of my property. This is, you see that big hill right there? Down underneath that is Fritz Creek Valley. There's a, I wouldn't call it a river. What is it? A stream? I can't remember. It's totally undeveloped. You see that? That's like just a hill that's completely undeveloped. And I don't know how you could develop it. Like to get there is really hard. That's the thing about a lot of Alaska. Like it's not just because people don't live here because they don't live here for any reason. It's because it's hard to live here. It's because it's hard to get to where you want to be. Or get back. You might be able to get there. Can you get back and get groceries? Can you, do you have enough money to pay air charter? Adds up really fast. I really love this hill right here. My wife really likes Cobb style buildings, kind of like Hobbit type dwellings. And I totally imagine with this hill right here, we could make a home inside the hill. I mean, can you imagine? Like, it's hard to get perspective here, I know. But like, okay, let me pan over. There's this big hill. Like, you could just like put a door right there and just make like a cave hobbit dwelling right there. It's a big cottonwood tree that fell down. Like, that's the thing. This is like rotting. And if you want to clear this from your property, first of all, my house is like 2 acres up there. My driveway is like way far away. How do you clear this out? You do it by hand? Okay, I take this thing and I take it all the way up there and I throw it on a... I mean, that's the scale of the problems you deal with in this type of terrain and environment. You can't just clear this up. You can't just burn it. Look at this grass. You start a forest fire. So what do? You either just watch it deteriorate, oh, I see you guys, you're probably not here anymore, but I see your comments now. I'm sorry, I didn't see that before. Hello, Preston. Hello, Logan. Hope you guys are both doing well. All right, so we were talking about making a hobbit house right in this hill right here. Just digging straight in. This is what the Kenai Peninsula looks like. Alaska's huge, so I don't speak for Alaska. This is just my home. But this is my property. I saw that drum before us. Okay, looks like target practice. Oh yeah. Looks like someone used that as target practice. My stepdaughter's ex-boyfriend, probably. Not too bad spot. Nothing over there. Wow, looks like my neighbor had a big fire right here. I know if you're joining, we were looking for Mama Moose. The reason why we thought it might happen is because I actually had Mama Moose have babies on my property before. And they kind of like when things are chill, you know, stick to routine. But no Mama Moose. So now we're actually on my neighbor's property, but it's okay. I'm gonna walk back over to my side. Again, like, he clear cut all of his property. Isn't that weird? Comment if you think that's weird. I have like birds in a forest. And he has grass. And yeah, grass. One time, right here in the middle of this field, I saw a mama moose and a baby. They scrambled right in the middle of this field. And they looked very sketched out. And all of a sudden they took out. And then I saw this black bear come lumbering up right to where they were. And he was like so chill. It was like such a game to him. He wasn't using full speed at all. Anyway, so we're just exploring my property. You see how rugged it is? You can go check out the raspberry bushes and the blueberry bushes. When we moved here, when we bought this property, we didn't know there were wild blueberry bushes. It's just pretty awesome. We have like at least like 8 big bushes. Last year it was super cold and rainy and we didn't get any berries. Hopefully this year it's a bit better. But you never know, right? Actually, we've had like 2 years of being quite cold here in Homer. And if you speak to, I mean, even people have lived here. I've lived here. This is my 10th year. I mean, if you've lived here a while, it still kind of hits you a little bit. You don't have a good summer. Thirsty boy. This is a cool spot. When I was first scouting this property to decide which lot I wanted to buy, actually, I just on paper I saw lot 24, which is this lot, and I was like, that lot looks cool. I mean, it's south facing. South is that way. The sun goes like this over the sky. It's amazing. So anyways, I saw it on paper and I loved it. But then I walked here and I saw this. I saw this arch tree, and it's not nearly as cool as it used to be honest. It's kind of grown into something different. But see, that point right there used to actually be all the way to the ground. And for a point, I'd actually buried that point into the ground and hoping that it would get roots. But this arch tree, I'm not gonna lie, when I stood underneath it, it was like a gateway to heaven. And I stood right here. Right fucking here. And I was like, yes, this is my fucking place. I stood right here, underneath the arch tree. And I was like, I think I found my home. After searching my entire life, I was like, I think I found my home. So I put a tent right there. I had a fire right here. I camped out. I thought about it. And I was like, yep, this is home. This arch tree is really cool, to be honest. Probably doesn't look nearly as cool. I can't grab that tip. It's like probably 15 feet in the air. But it used to be like 3 feet in the air. And I buried it. I actually buried it. You want to see something cool? You want to see the twisted forest? This is my living tree art project that I've been working on for a few years. It's right over here. This is called the Twisted Forest. These are alder trees. And if you're pretty careful, you can bend them. If you're not careful, you can break them. But if you are careful, you can do cool stuff like this. Cool stuff like this. You see that? These trees are connected together. See how many trees there are? How many branches that is? I've gotten on ladders. I twisted my ankle. I fell off the ladder making this. This is one of my greatest accomplishments. I use a cinder block with rope to pull down the branches when I need to. How many forests do you know that look like that? Seriously, have you walked down the woods when you see that? No. This is like a place you want to get married underneath. If you think stuff grows like that, you're mistaken. So I guess we'll take a walk back up to the house. We didn't see a mama moose today. That's what we were looking for. Hopefully they're all safe and sound. We'll take a walk back up here to the yurt and say goodbye. I guess we'll discuss this one more time. It's very unfortunate, but you know, that's what happens. See our solar panels right here? They should be off the ground, but I didn't have enough money to do it. See a difference? Cracked. Moisture. I'm gonna have to rewire our panels tomorrow. I'm gonna have to scrap that middle panel. It's toast. Anyways, keep adventuring, guys, and take care of yourself and each other. See you next time.